Hi, this is Matt Paulson, and this is the second anniversary of January 6th. And we have now the final report, and it's massive. It's 800 and some pages. And what is the final conclusion? And the final conclusion is inciting insurrection, obstruction of official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the United States government, conspiracy to make false statements, and witness tampering. 4 months ago, on August 20th, the FBI found that scant evidence of January 6th attack on U.S. Capitol was the result of organized plot to overturn the presidential election result, according to four and former law enforcement officials. Though the federal officials have arrested more than 570 alleged participants, the FBI at this point believes that the violence was not centrally coordinated by a far-right groups or prominent supporters of then President Donald Trump. Upsets me to no end that the January 6th committee failed to report the January 7th video in its complete form as released to the public. Here is a small portion of the video.
A nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. We have just been through an intense election and emotions are high, but now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. We must get on with the business of America. My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. In so doing, I was fighting to defend American democracy. I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws to verify the identity and eligibility of all voters and to ensure faith and confidence in all future elections. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation.
So why wasn't this video played at the January 6th committee? Because it makes Donald Trump look good and honest, and they didn't want that. They hate Donald Trump so much, they don't want him to look good. Final thing that I want to talk about on January 6th committee that was not in the report is the criticism of Capitol Police. Yeah, the FBI, the Secret Service, Department of Homeland Security, D.C. Metropolitan Police, they all knew that there was a potential for riots. But the National Guard was denied by the Sergeant of Arms, Paul Irving. Paul Irving resigned, and this was not mentioned in the January 6th report. And Nancy Pelosi recognized the failure of Capitol Police, and she asked for the Capitol Police Chief, Stephen Sund, to resign. He resigned, but later he sent a letter to Nancy Pelosi saying the Capitol Police did not fail, which is a lie. He says he does not have the manpower, the training, or the capabilities to handle an armed insurrection involving thousands of individuals bent on violence and destruction at all costs. He credited the bravery and heroism of the Capitol Police on January 6th with a bunch of baloney. They did call for backup. They needed some help, but they were denied that help. In his 8-page letter, all Stephen Sund would acknowledge is that a number of systems broke down. That is the biggest understatement of the year. But I wanted to show you, this is the conclusion, and they're going to talk about the whole goal of this is to diminish the chances of Trump winning the election again because they despise the man. And so that's what we're going to see here in the next clip. Listen to this.
Thanks so much.
And joining me now is Democratic pollster and NBC News political analyst Cornell Belcher and American Enterprise Institute senior fellow Danielle Pletka. Thank you so much.
But I don't know politically how much changes, right? Mitch McConnell was, Mitch McConnell's out here saying that he's diminished. And that's what I'm saying. It wasn't the criminality that diminished him. It wasn't misogyny. It wasn't the bigotry. It wasn't trying to overthrow elections that's diminished him in the eyes of Republicans like Mitch McConnell. It's the fact that he's now seen as political, as a liability for them to win in the future. So I don't know how much more is going to change politically. And then, as you pointed out in your excellent reporting, there is that House is now in the hands of Republicans. So I don't think they'll do much or move on with this. And look, we'll see if what the DOJ does with this report, if they in fact
do anything.
Yeah, January 6th report does give you some new insights of what actually happened. One of the testimonies, Cassidy Hutchinson, testified that Secret Service had told her that Donald Trump had tried to reach over, grab the steering wheel from behind, and go to the Capitol grounds. We learned from the final report that she actually started her testimony talking about she did not know about the event. And then she changes her testimony saying that I have perjured myself, I just lied. Now you really need to believe me that Trump's lawyers told me to lie, and that now let me tell you the truth about secondhand information that the Secret Service actually told me. So now we learn the truth. January 6th committee has been lying to us for the last few months about at least Cassidy Hutchinson's testimony. And what else have they been lying to us about? We can only guess.